something, you know, so, something like that. Yangon Galacticos also not making it to these finals, but it's time for another team to sit on that throne, to sit atop the rest.
Let's
get things going.
Yeah, let's see which team it's going to be here. Southern playing path here on this one.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're mixing things up for sure. And this is going to be that second Miramar match. So after this one, if it wasn't hot already, we're going in Toronto, right?
Oh,
so that's going to be a crazy change of pace. Top players so far, you can see Milu right there, 3,000 damage. What a day this guy had yesterday, man. Everything considered, this guy is an absolute monster. And let's just see where Tianbo will end up. All these teams, so many big names, so many top squads. Enigma Galaxy, honestly, I really want to give this squad so much props. I mean, to be in second place, considering that these guys dealt with so many hot drops, is pretty insane.
Yeah, over on Erangel, it certainly was the main feature of their early games. Fortunately for them, though, Ida didn't do anything other than just sort of give points to them, it seemed like. So it was kind of only really one map where 4 Thrives actually third-partied it in that hot drop, where Enigma Galaxy didn't actually have a pretty okay start to their Erangels, right? So for me, it's definitely Ida that needs to move today, but we'll be seeing that later on. And they have been able to profit quite nicely. I mean, you get those 4 points right at the start of the match. That's a good profit already, right? I was talking about how I want to see consistency across a lot of games, across the whole set, rather than just these big pop-offs once or twice over the course of it. And that's exactly what you want, right? If you're able to get 4 points, it's not unlikely you can get 1 or 2 more, and that is a massive boon to your point-scoring tally. That's what Enigma Galaxy have been able to find.
Yeah, and again, fortunately for them, it works out with the fact that A7's not here. They're taking El Pozo, which is one of the highest loot areas, if not the highest, in this map. So they're going to be very, very well kitted. They've made some great plays this tournament so far. And yeah, you know, we were talking about them in Erangel. Ida did feed them, essentially, but you still got to beat them. You know what I'm saying? And it's not easy to win a hot drop and keep everybody up. And they're able to do it time and time again, but E-Arena catching out IQ 4 Thrives. That's a huge loss for them.
Oh, that is nasty. Not a good opener, and a pretty great opener for E-Arena. Put themselves now on 69 points total.
Nice.
And they get a free buggy delivery. What more could you ask for? Unfortunate that for 4 Thrives to be losing a player like that. That's a little bit careless, I think, in my book. Should have been a little bit more aware of the surroundings, but not to be. E-Arena causing problems already this match.
Man, E-Arena making it happen. Looking on over to 4 Thrive saying, that means thank you in Thai.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Very, very happy so far. 69 points on top of leaderboards, and only just beginning. That smash point threshold is going to be where it's at. So if your E-Arena have just they continue to have such a fortuitous day today, their goal should be to just set that point threshold so dang high that nobody can possibly smash in the final day. Now, so far in the history, we've seen one team smash at an international event. That's going to be Nongshim Red Force, and that was just earlier this year at the PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational. It was, I believe, Furia that was on top with the most points, but Nongshim Red Force won that final game just by the skin of their teeth, and that automatically made them the champs. So
yeah, I think it was a 1 point. They were 1 point behind the leaders as well, so they needed to win via smash. It wasn't just a case of winning the game. So a really nice ending for them there, but that fairy tale not really converting over to Paris, unfortunately, for Nongshim Red Force. At the moment, they're in 9th place. Still very much doable, but they have got a little bit of a way to go on that one.
yes, they do. They gotta make sure that they just stay secure in the end game here. Can't afford any slip-ups at all. got to be able to make some plays. Man, that 1v4 earlier from S-Power was so dang hype. They're still having a rough day of it so far, though. 13th place. We haven't even reached the halfway point of this tourney, though, so they still got plenty of time to bounce back. But if they want to win this thing, they've already kind of burned through the bad games that they can already afford. They really need to start putting up some good, solid, consistent points here. Because when you see E-Arena on top, that's a major threat. I mean, we've seen this team earlier in this tournament break a PUBG Mobile record for the most points. Again, so silly that they didn't make it into that into the finals off of it.
Well,
but they got some little extra, survival cash, I guess.
Yeah, sure. But that's the point, right? It's a huge, massive, incredible game. Wow, brilliant, bright lights and billboards, sure. But then they weren't able to do much after that. So it was a big fall off coming through from Arena, and to that end, they didn't deserve to make it straight to the grand final through that. So to be able to come through survivals, fantastic. Okay, now they've started to really expect for the rest of this phase.
Yeah, and we got to be honest too. I mean, these guys very luckily made it here into the finals. They were barely able to pass up the Wolves.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, to see them barely make it in, at least I think it gives a lot of relief. Right, because for all the Wolves fans out there, they're like,